I strongly support the Salton Sea Authority and its mission that it is to restore the sea, to work with the state of California. And I believe the farmers should have a voice on the new committee that's being formed statewide, because the Salton Sea needs the ag water to survive, and for economic development, we need the critters to live in the sea also.
Thank you, Mr. Minville.
Yeah, the Salton Sea is very important to the farmers as a drainage area. It's been done that way for years, but it's also important to the environmentalists. And we need to find a solution that works for both environmentalists, habitat, and the agriculture community. Hopefully, with time, we can get that worked out. Thank you.
And Mr. Kuhn?
Well, it's certainly an absolute. If you stop the flow, if you stop the agricultural flow to the sea, you will kill the sea. If you stop the sea from receiving the agricultural runoff, it will disappear. So you won't have to worry about the critters out there. It's very important. If you want to kill agriculture, then stop the flow to the sea. So it's two-part. The sea is sustained by agricultural runoff, and unfortunately some from the New River too, but we get that from south of the border, and that certainly needs to be addressed. And we've been trying to address that. We're certainly not getting a lot of help from Mexico, but we will try to do so in the future.
Mr. Gallegos?
I went to the hearings of the state of California when they were talking about a plan. Unfortunately, I have asthma, and I was asking them. They said they want to dry the south end of it and develop the upper part of the Salton Sea by using water that the district supposedly is going to give them to water down all that dust and dirt that comes from the southern part. And you know, we get enough dirt from the east, and we get dirt from the south, from Mexico. And my question was, are you sure that the district is going to give you all this water when supposedly we're supposed to conserve water? And I just don't believe that that's going to happen. And I think the state of California wants to develop the northern part. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If any member of the audience posed a question that we didn't ask, I apologize. We're out of time. We appreciate your participation tonight. What we're going to do now is start in reverse order. Each candidate will have a 1-minute closing statement. We'll begin with Mr. Gallegos.
You know, I've been, I came over and I had all this speech thing, and I've been walking because for a lot of reasons. Number one, I probably don't have the money to spend on this campaign. Number two is there's a lot of people out here that are having problems with their IID bill. You know, that ECA is probably the biggest ripoff I think it ever been, and I just, you know, I went to when I was on the board, I went through it in the 78 and the gas problem, and to me that's a license to do whatever they want to us that pay our power bills. And there's a lot of people, senior citizens that are on set income, that, you know, $125 to $200 it's one heck of a lot of money. And then you walk around and you knock on doors and you see all these people with all these foreclosures. No, people, I said, oh, you guys are going to have to really think about this, and you're going to have to elect somebody that really cares about the people and don't care about giving money away. Thank you.
Mr. Kuhn.
The ECA, the Energy Cost Adjusted part of your bill, was put on there to fluctuate with the cost of natural gas. It was not supposed to be, it never was intended to be, and it was not created to be a revenue generator. It's supposed to float according to the cost of natural gas. By setting it at a fixed rate, no matter whether it's 1%, 2%, or 1 cent or 5 cents, you have created a revenue generator, which is not what it's supposed to be, and that basically is a rate hike without the benefit of a rate hearing. And it's not supposed to be a money maker, and they turned it into that, and it's to recoup losses in the hedging fiasco. And don't think it's anything else. It's to recoup losses that they lost. So you paid it once, now you're going to pay it again, and so you will end up eventually paying 2 times for the amount lost.
Thank you, Mr. Minville.
First of all, I want to thank the El Centro Chamber for holding this forum. Thank the people that are here in the audience tonight. I want to say that I've been on the IID board now. My first term, 3.5 years. I work hard. I'm a very good listener. I return phone calls. I'm asking for your vote to put me back on for another second term. I believe in the Imperial Valley. I believe in the Imperial Irrigation District. I believe in the people that own the IID, the ratepayers own the IID. All I can say is that you can check on my voting record. I have a consistent voting record. I have good common sense when it comes to issues that affect the ratepayers and people of this valley. And I will serve you well, so I'm asking for your vote to return me to another 4 years on the IID board. Thank you very much.
Ms. Mendoza.
Again, I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight, and I'd like to ask for your support and your vote on June 3rd. I believe it's crucial to keep the IID intact. No separation of water and power departments. No selling of our Coachella Valley power site as proposed by Mike Cox and the Imperial Group. We have to make sure there's transmission capacity in place to export the renewable energy, but not to the detriment of our valley and its people. To make sure that not one drop of water from ag flows to the cities to support their lack of planning and uncontrolled growth. I believe in long-term planning, responsibility, and accountability is the key to make sure the IID continues on the right path. I do not represent special interests. I'm not a member of the Imperial Group. In fact, they probably don't like me very much, but that's okay. I've always been for the people. I'm an everyday person, and I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cox.
I'm very disappointed my opponent continues to misstate what I say. What I said at 2 meetings was we need to analyze fully the cost of providing power to Coachella, the revenues we're receiving from that, so that the board can determine whether the ratepayers in Imperial County are subsidizing the power consumers in Coachella. I'm not running for election as director to be the voice of the Imperial Group. I will be a voice for all the ratepayers. I will be a voice of common sense and integrity. I will not lie to win this election. I will listen. I care. I will be a full-time director. I will come to the board meetings prepared, having read the agenda and the background material. I ask for your vote on June 3rd. I thank you for your attendance. I thank the El Centro Chamber for this forum.
Thank you all very much. The County of Imperial is richly endowed with well-qualified candidates. I want to thank the candidates as well as the audience. You're absolutely an ideal audience tonight. Thank you for your participation and your attendance. Remember to vote on June 3rd. We appreciate you very much. And that concludes our forum tonight.